Hi everyone, this is Rajita Devi, Government Degree College, Hayat Nagar, Department of Computer Science. Today I am going to discuss about BSc 6th semester Web Technologies. In this I am going to discuss about on these topics. Web technologies. In this I'm going to discussing creating style sheets, how to creating style sheets and embedded style sheet and types of selectors, and then CSS properties and values and classes, layers in DHTML. In this one by one I discuss about on these things, creating how to create the style sheet. In this style sheets, what is the meaning of style sheets? Style sheet is a way to specify user defined styles for HTML elements. Whenever user using a sheet, that is a way to specify how to define, how to specify and how to use it to define the HTML elements. And then HTML is the content and the style sheet is presentation of the document. In this HTML is used to structure content. Style sheet is used to formatting structure content, and a style sheet is simply a set of formatting instructions that can be applied to a piece of text. A style sheet is a text file including the text. In this we are going to discuss how to define style sheet, and then the content in the style sheet, how to represent the document in that style sheet, and HTML is used to structure content, which is used to structure content, and HTML style sheet is used for formatting structure content only. And then a style sheet is a simple set of formatting instructions that can be applied to a piece of text. A style sheet is a defined text which is having some syntax is there. Content is a specific format. In this, content is a specific format, and then after that a style sheet which is having a selector. In this content in a specify, we are specifying some format is there. Is a select property and then value. How to select that selectors? In this which style sheet we want to apply for HTML element, and selectors are nothing but all elements tags for each selector. There are properties inside curly braces declaration, which is having a curly braces property, and then you have to give that value. And then declaration block contains one or more declaration separations by a semicolon, which is having a semicolon, and then each declaration include a property name and a value, which is having a property and then value separated by a colon. Property is the style attribute one want to change. Each property has a value, which is having, when you want to content of a specific format, you have to use a selector and property and then value you give. And then selector, you have to give the selector and declaration, and then you have to declare the type H1, and then you have to declare, you have to how the type of H1 is a selector, and then color you have to choose, and then color is you have to choose only, and then font, and then that pixel value, that is you have to give property value, and then property. And then example is color, you have to give the size of color H3, and then color is you choose anyone. And type of style sheets is a style sheet are implemented in many ways, which is having many ways based on requirement of the web pages. There are 4 types of style sheets are there: inline, and then so many is there. Inline is a style sheet affect only the tag, they are applied only when you have to apply on the style sheet, the tags are applied only. In order to work with inline style sheet, we must have attribute called style, which is having a syntax is a tag name you have to give, and a tag and property value and property and tag name. And the above syntax, tag name refers to any HTML tag, which is having any HTML tag property, refers to a style sheet property, and then value you have to give and indicate that value. Associate with property, which is having association of this property, and the property and its value are separated by colon, which is having some colon. Each property value pair ends with some brackets with a semicolon, which is I've given the example for here's a P and style sheet color you have to give, and this is a paragraph. In this I shown the example for this. Inline style sheet is there, and then you have to give the H1 style, you have to choose that color, and some college name you have to give, and H1 is H1, and then you have to increase the style H2, and then you have to take that color, and then H3 and color that another color you have to choose, and that color which is having a same the property means which is having, you have to give that property, and then color you have to choose that style, you have to decorate the style only, that color, and then you choose the text. The text will be in this you have to give property value. This is the inline text. This is for output for this above example. In this you have to choose any color that will be given to the output on the output web browser, which is you have to take any color which will be shown on the output. And disadvantages of inline style sheets, which is having some disadvantages will be there. In this, one of the major disadvantages is that the style sheet can be applied to a single tag only. Whenever one of the major disadvantages will be which is having inline is then a style sheet can be applied to a single tag, which is having only single tag only. If the same tag is written again, which is having written again, it will be displayed in informal without any style effect. In the above example I shown we have applied the style attribute for H1. H1 tag which is a colored and then having same H1 tag is written again it having displayed as a normal text without any style, which is these are the about of disadvantage of inline style sheet. After that I am going to discuss about on the thing of embedded style sheet, and the next one is the embedded. As the name refers, embedded, the style sheet coded is combined with the HTML document, where the style sheets are limited for the selected page only. When you want to select any page, that selected page only which have to refers that name, which is having embedded. And an embedded style sheet is a part of HTML document which is having a style sheet and a part of a document only, HTML document only. The style definition are enclosed in a style, and then which is having enclosed with the tag. The style tag is placed between the head and a tag will. This is an about embedded style sheet which is having a syntax HTML and head and style having. After that which is an example for this H1 embedded style sheet, you have to take that color, and the next one H2 and H3 and then color, and then next one you have to take H1 which is having any name, college name, and then other one is there, and then next you have to take another one. And this is an example for the embedded tag style sheet. After that this is an output for the above program, which you have to choose that H1 value, and then it will gives that college name which is type H1 which is increasing, font increasing, H1, H2 and H3 which is having that color. If you choose that one, and this is an output for the embedded tag. After that you have to choose in the above example we had to apply different styles for heading tags only, which is used for only heading tags. We have to written code for different styles for different heading tags. The same styles are applied to the tag which are written in the body tag only. This is a disadvantages of the styles are applied for the HTML tags are only for the pages for the which we have to embed it. This is about an embedded tag. And then external style sheet. Next one is the external style sheet. The style sheet can be implemented in the multiple ways, one of which we use it to global templates, which is used for only global templates, is created using external style sheet. As the name refers, this style sheet includes separated file, which is having separate file with the styles and properties and linked for multiple pages as per the user requirement. This is about an external style sheet. After that, the style definition is an external style sheet are stored in a separate file, which is only separated in the external file, and the file storing the external style sheet used the CSS extension, which is having extension c.css extension, and then external style sheet can be affected any page they are attached to. And then how to link the CSS files to HTML document. We have to use link tag in order to link up a CSS file to our HTML document. The link tag is a singular tag which does not have any closer and used to use, which is having some HTML page, and link which is having three attributes. They are ref and type and href, which is having. In this ref, the value of ref attribute is always a style sheet. Ref stands for relation type. The value type attribute is always a text, and then CSS, it indicates what type of style sheet we are using. This is a ref, and href we are using stands for href text. It is a very important attribute where we are going to connect in .css files with our HTML document. This is about how to link the .css to HTML document and creating the external style sheet, which is having external .css. In h1 you have to choose any color value and then property and save the document as external CSS, and this is an example for external style sheet. And then next, the continuation is the style sheet and type. You have to text.css href some CSS value, and then you have to give any that college name, and then you have to choose and then after that the output shown above the program. Some you have to choose on that color which will having a style sheet and decorating the CSS file extension. This is about that style sheet. And then next one is the import, how to import a style sheet. After that, if we want to store your style sheet, you want to store, how to store the style sheet, and somewhere on your site as separate file, you can import it into whenever page you want to apply it to. Whenever we want to apply it, how to import that type of style sheets. In this, just use this line of code which gone into the head of your HTML document. It can be also be hacked into the some body of tag if we need only. This can be done just by creating one main sheet containing a declaration that applied to the whole site. To import a style sheet, use the import notation in the style tag only. The import notation must come before any other notation. If more than one sheet is imported, they must be cascading style sheets, which is having in order to ordered they are imported. This is about a style sheet of imported, and which is having some considering of the four files, namely .css and main css and import.html, and the first .css has one of the set of style sheets. The file 2.set another of style sheet definition. The style sheet definition stored in these files are imported in another files called main.css. After that, this is an example for this extension .css main.html document. Here we improved that HTML file, and .css and h1 color is having p and having a color purple you want to choose. And then next one, .css file, you have to choose a style, and h2 color you have to choose that color. And then main.css, after that you have to choose that import URL. You have to give that import, that style. Whenever you want to that style of URL, you have to give that one. And then main which is having that import, how to import that HTML file. In this title, in which you want to store that import style sheet and a link a style sheet and type text, and then you have to import that style sheet which is having in this less than greater than symbol. You have to give the text. type, how the type of style you have to give, that is important to the HTML document. This is an about import style sheet. After that, the next type of selectors, types of selectors. This is a CSS supports the different types of selection. They are in the HTML selectors, which is having a first one is a HTML selector is there, class selector is there, ID selector is there, and then contextual selector. These are the selectors, and one by one we will discuss about on these things. HTML selectors. Any HTML tag is possible for selectors. The selector is a symbol that element that is linked to the particular style only. This which is a syntax for any HTML tag, property you have to give and that value. And example, you have to choose h1 value, and then you have to choose that color, and then you have title, and then h1 that color you have to give, and h1 welcome to that HTML selectors you have to give. This is an example where you how to take that selector value HTML. That color you have to choose only. Color is which color you want to choose, that color will be displayed on that output web browser. This is a text for welcome to that HTML selector. This is an output for the HTML selector only. And then the next one is a class selector. How to select a class selector? In this, a simple selector can be different classes, that this allows the same element have to different styles. And class selector always starts with a symbol of a followed with the class name. We should use class only. This is a class name, and then you have to give take the property value. This is a class selector. After that, the example for this color, you have to choose color, and then example for the HTML selector, and then you have to take that color, and XYZ you have to choose, and style, and then you choose welcome to that HTML selector, and then next one will be there. After that, the output will be the HTML selector is for this you have to choose that color, and then this is an output for the style sheet. After that, ID selectors, the same as ID selector. ID selector is assigned by using the indicator, which is having hash, and followed by its name, which is having followed by name, and we should use as attribute in our HTML tag only. After that, the next one is after that is ID selectors. The next one is ID selector. For this an example for HTML, you have to choose that one, and then title you have to HTML selector, and the color, and which will have to that color value, and then you have to choose and h1 in between h2, and then you have to take that value. After that, contextual selectors. In this, if two or more simple selectors separate by comma, which is having separated by comma, these selector can assign normal properties and due to the rules of CSS, which is having precedence over simple selectors, which is having syntax for selector and selector 2, and a property value h1 and h2, and then color some you have to choose. And then next one is a program, which is having that program value will be head, and then which we have to title, and then body some you have to choose on that one. And then output for this program, which is having to welcome to that HTML selector, and then welcome to that HTML selector, and whenever you want to choose that color, and which will be given, and that type of text will be given to the output of on that web pages. And then next I am going to discuss about on CSS properties and then values. And these are namely contain a type of properties of font color, and then background, text boxes, and then list, etc., which is having the CSS properties and then values. And font properties, which is having font family. This property specifies the actual font. Whenever you want to take an actual font of text values or text values are some, you have to take the type. text types, and then you have to take an Arial, some further like that. You have to take any one example for this H1. This is an CSS properties and then values, and then next one is font style. You have to take, this makes the text italic, which is having, this makes a text. You have to take, and some anything you have to take the text type of text, and H1 font styles, some you have to take, and font weight you have to take, which makes make the text bold, and then P font you have to take and weight some bold, and then font size. Then this set of the size of font relatively or absolutely values for form of 1 2 3 you have to take that points, and then point of size 15 points, like that you have to take. After that, the example for this program HTML and style sheet, you have to take H1 font family something, and H1 and font style italic, and then you have to take that something you have to take on this body. After that, HTML welcome to that style sheet, and font properties will be there. This is a closing property for this style sheet, CSS properties. After that, the above program welcome to that style sheet, the font properties will be displayed on that web page. This is a color and then background of properties. This color and which is having some color. Set the foreground for the color text. How to set the foreground for the text, and values as the system defined colors or user defined colors. So if you want to choose a system defined or user defined, and example you have to take H1, and then you have to choose that color, and background color you have to choose, and then background image you have to choose, and set that background as image value and URL address of that image, and then body you have to check if you want. And then example program title, font properties, which is having a font property H1 and font family, and then body and background you have to choose, and style. And then next welcome to style sheet, that is an example for color, how to set a color and background properties. This is an output for this which is having that color having. In this you have to give that output for this program. In this welcome to that style sheet and font properties, how to take some italic or bold, and like that you have to take that colors and styles, and background you have to take anything you have to decorate on this style sheet properties. How to set a background and properties. This is an example for this. After the text properties, how to use the text properties. In this text properties will control text alignment and spaces or other formattings, text decorations. It adds and decoration to the text line, underline and overline, and in inner throw, like that, and you have to decorate these type of text properties. In this we have to choose on this text transform. It sets the case of text values and uppercase and lowercase, which is having the uppercase and lowercase, and H1 and text alignment. It gives alignment for our text value, and which is how you have to choose a left or center, right or justify, you have to choose only. And then this is an example for this HTML and head and title, which is having, and the text decoration overline, and then a style head, which we want to have welcome to that style sheet, and that out. This is an output for this welcome to that style type of style sheet. You have to choose a text decoration, underline, or you have to take our uppercase or your lowercase or center. This is an example for this. After that we have to choose next one, box properties will be there. In this box properties, how to choose a borders and widths. In this sets that borders width, and a table we have to choose borders and width pixels. You have how many pixels you have to take down that. And then border color, this sets colors for our borders only, which you want to use only our borders, and tag table, and then border color will be there, and position properties will be there. So many will be there, and position properties are this sets of positions of text or an image in our document only. Values absolute and relatively, and position absolute, this property position an element from the margins of the windows, and then position relatively, this property sets an element relatively its current position, which we want to use that position only. And then we can use the top or left attribute combinations. Only you choose a top or left attributes, h1 and position absolute, h1 position relatively, and which is an example for font properties. And then you have to take that position absolutely, and the top or left you have to choose that property types. In this, welcome to that style sheet, and the text property will be there. This is an example for these are the text properties. This is the welcome to that style sheet. This is an output for the position properties and box properties. After that, the next one is visibility property, and then this property determines if an element is visible or not. Which is a visible or not? Value visible or hidden. And then h1 visibility and visible, and h2 and visibility hidden. And then next one, head, which is having a font properties, and then visibility, visible, and visibility, and then hidden, which is having a welcome to that style sheet, and then which is having output for this welcome to that style sheet, which is having so many style sheets. This is only visibility. This is only for font, which is having a font property that visible or not, and visibility are hidden. This is a welcome to that style sheet only. After that, z-index property will be there. This is about z-index. The z-index property is used to place an element only behind another element. Default z-index value is 0. The height number, the height property z-index is 1 has lower property. z1, z-index, z2, and z-index, which is having a font properties, and then we can take this is an h1, z-index 1, position absolute, h2 and z-index 2, position absolute. In this style sheet, which is a welcome to that style sheet, and text properties is there. This is an output for the z-index value. And then formatting a block of information. We can format a block of information by using classes and anonymous clauses and div tag. These are the three format of block of information by using the formatting block information. How can we use? And a span tag also. And classes is necessary if we probably want to apply, if we want to apply a same style